Morning of day 3. It's about 10 to 7. It is, I just checked the zipper gauge up here, and it is, is it dark in here? 60 degrees. According to the zipper gauge. I heard, see John is up over there. I haven't heard anything over here from Tom yet, so I guess he's still sleeping. One of his nights where I was almost asleep, and then something ran past the back side of my hammock over to my right. Something, I don't know, it's about the size of a raccoon or a rabbit or something. Ran past, looked me up. I made noise and it ran off. And it was back again. I made noise and it ran off. That's all I heard. But one of those nights where I slept with just a fleece top and shorts on. And it was just one of those nights where it was too cold without being in the quilt, but too hot when I put the quilt on, so tossed and turned for a little bit. I guess the plan is we get about a 15-mile day today, so I'm really regretting that I didn't filter water last night, so I got to get up and get the water filtered first before I can start cooking breakfast and coffee. I guess I'll get to it. 8:35 a.m. breaking camp. So far, not a cloud in the sky. It's going to be a hot one today. Okay, we're crossing the bridge back over Brenner Run, and this is a pretty shaky bridge. There's the Black Moshannon, bigger creek. This is pretty sweet. It'd be easy to keep going straight there, but yellow blazes over here. And this might be one of the crossings we have to do without a bridge. Oh, there's a bridge. Campsite. Oh, look at that. That was the campsite.
That was the campsite.
Yeah.
Yep. But how do you know that, you know?
Right.
What was, I mean, honestly,
where we were shooting for last night.
No, not at all.
We weren't sure if there was going to be somebody there or not, so we stopped early. That would have been sweet. There's a bridge right there.
Well, we'll remember that next time. Top that.
Well, you don't want to take the bridge?
No, I'm saying you could if that wasn't there. Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet. There's a cabin too.
What? What's with the cabin?
This is just an awesome start to the morning right here. That's deep enough to swim in right here. John, you could have gone skinny dipping right there. It was like 6 feet deep.
Oh.
This is where what we came up short of last night. Look at all the hammock trees over here. Song of the day for day 3. I forgot to make note of the song of the day for the last 2 days, but song of the day for day 3, Killer Queen by Queen. Okay, we got a logbook here. We're at the intersection where Shingle Mill Trail goes to our left. We're headed up the hill to the right.
just climbed up out of that valley. But we got that hill out of the way in the morning. That was tough. Pretty much straight up. One little switchback right near the top. Well, we've been walking along this gravel road for, I don't know, maybe a half a mile so far. And just trying to keep an eye out for the turn into the woods. It's 75 degrees, quarter to 10 in the morning. So, yeah, it's going to be a hot one. That gravel road has become a 2-foot high unmowed grass road. Major league asking for ticks going through here. But hopefully permethrin and picaridin will keep them off me, hopefully. Right, this is right Moshannon Creek, or the Red Mow for short. I'm not sure really where they got the name Red from. No, actually it's from there was I guess back in the 1930s there was, I guess they closed about in the 1930s, but there was a bunch of mines, and this is caused for mine erosion. The mine, after the mine shut down, so they pretty much poisoned this creek. You can't drink out of it. You can't even filter water out of this. Too bad they ruined it. What would have been a beautiful creek for one time. And the Red Mow. It even like stained the rocks red.
What's that?
It even stained the rocks, like the river rocks, red.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, contrasting red and green. Just finishing up this very refreshing break here. And I went up there to take a pee and had my first snake encounter of the trip. I didn't see it. It was a little garter snake. I heard a bunch of slithering like right where I was standing. Anyways, this was a very refreshing break. And I think we have the biggest, looking at the top of the map, I think we have the biggest climb of the day out of the way. So hopefully that is correct. A lot of rhododendron tunnels ever since halfway through yesterday. Since I didn't have a song of the day for the first 2 days, I have a bonus song for day 3. Twisted Sister, We're Not Gonna Take It. Again, another one of those I heard on the radio on the way here. Actually, I heard that song on the radio. Alright, I got these Injinji liner socks, and then I put my Thorn Tufts over top of them. I got these to keep the rubbing down in between my toes, keep from blistering. What happens on a long trip, on a Glow Highlands trip. But they are cooling in between my toes, so it's starting to rub in there. So I'm just going to get rid of them and just put Vaseline in between my toes. Why don't we leave the other ones on, if the other one's not bothering me? I'm going to see the difference by the time we get to camp. With or without. This is the spot we stopped at for lunch, and I'm surprised nobody has built a fire ring and cut out some of these trees to make this into an official campsite. But we stopped here anyways. We got one big climb coming up pretty soon. It's like straight up 200 feet elevation. Okay, I've seen this in a bunch of videos. The AFT carved into the tree. We are a little bit over the halfway point of the entire trip. Let's see, we did 16 miles yesterday. I think we're at about 7 today. Yeah, I think we're 7 today, 23. So we're a little over halfway. Alright, I think we're getting close to the top. One of the steepest climbs in the park. Not the longest hill in the world. The rocks weren't too bad, but I don't know how much dumb we are, but I want to take a look at this overlook. Pretty nice. That's the red mow. No, this is just to the overlook. Very steep hill. Right after the AFT carved into the tree marker. If you're going counterclockwise. Somebody's got a camp up here. So I'm assuming there's a water source in some... Yeah, that's what I was just talking about here. We were looking for the next available water source. We just stepped off the trail over here to this campsite, and we got a creek here. Not sure which one this is, but time to camel up. Yeah. This would be perfect. Really nice through here. Got your pines, you got your rhododendrons, you got your water source over to the right. Unfortunately, the swampy area to the left might be kind of buggy. Campsite right there. Got a few hammock possibilities over there.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is 504 Rattlesnake Run. I was reading last night a pamphlet about this road. This was originally built in 1820, I think it was finished. Obviously not a paved road, but it was the highway that connected Philadelphia and Erie, Pennsylvania. And I would not have wanted to work on the road crew that had to build that with 1820s technology with all these rocks. I think the plan is we're going to go about another 2 miles. As long as we go another 2 miles, we'll have, if we go 2 miles, we'll have 14 left tomorrow. So every extra mile we do today is less we have to do tomorrow. Next section, we got Red Blazes over there, there's trails over there, over here. One of the things I love when I'm hiking is a pine forest, and this here is really what I got in mind. Alright, we got about a quarter of a mile until we get to where we will be crossing the 6 mile run. We're going to stop and get water there. I think John just ran out of water. I wouldn't mind getting some cold water. I got a little bit of water left. We're over 15 miles for the day. So, I guess we'll, I don't know, we haven't discussed it yet, but I think we'll probably start looking for the first available campsite at that point. I don't know. See what those guys want to do. This is a poor man's deer stand.
Oh my God.
Just bring a lounger out with you next time.
That is too much. That is freaking hilarious.
That's runner right there.
Oh
Right
my
there,
God.
we are.
Somebody took the cover off.
Look at this trail, how beautiful this is. This is nice, simple walking right here.
Alright, so this way's the easiest to get down to the water.
I'll look on this side, you take a look on that side.
Hey, catch anything? Oh, you just started?
Yeah, we just went down here, got some water out of this 6 mile run. This is the road right here Smokey proposed to take as a shortcut to the next campsite. But we're taking the trail, so, which we have to go over there and then find out if the trail goes over there. Alright, actually I was wrong. This road here to the left is the road that Smokey was talking about using as a shortcut. I believe we go straight up into the woods over here. It would be a nice view over there if these trees weren't in the way. I guess this section of trail doesn't get much use. And Tom said it's probably because everybody has the same idea of Smoky and cut it short on the road. We just went over 16 miles for the day. About 16.1 right now. It's about 6 o'clock. We don't really have a definite plan. We were trying to line up the paper map with the phone apps that we have, and we're not sure about where water sources are and where campsites are. There's one campsite that's marked on the Purple Lizard map, and it's right by a road, like right by a parking lot. So, being 4th of July, there's probably a pretty good chance that somebody's there already. So, I don't know. Me and John both want to get to the 18-mile mark. That would be both of our best one-day bests to hit 18. So we have to go about, I don't know, another 45 minutes or so just to even start looking for a campsite. So I don't know what's going to happen yet, but we stocked up on water, cameled up on water back at the at that bridge. So I got 2 liters of dirty water in a dirty water bag. I filtered another I think 1.5 liters that I have filtered. So I probably got I don't know, 6 pounds of water on my back right now, and I can tell the difference. But yeah, since we don't know the water situation, if we do find a campsite, we want to have enough water for dinner tonight, breakfast tomorrow morning, and just drinking water. Alright, I'm showing 18.5 miles on the day. We took first available campsite after we hit 18 miles was this right here. This is the best we could do. John's got his hammock, here's me, Tom here, and I'm starting dinner. I just gotta make sure I don't fall out of my hammock because I'll be in this water. And I'm not gonna drop the tarp down. I don't know what the weather's like, but I don't have anywhere to tie it off over there anyway, so I would just have to droop it over the hammock if it does rain. So got dinner going. For dinner tonight it is pasta sides, Parmesan, fettuccine pasta, and I'm trying Tuna Creations ranch flavor. And just waiting for water to boil. Feed bag is on, good to go. So this is the campfire for the evening. Just enough to keep enough smoke to keep the bugs away. Too bad it's not showing up. It's too dark. It's too dark. We got a boot cooking tripod.
That's how Jamie got her.
Camping hack 101.
That's how Jamie got her. Shit burnt.
Alright, it's morning of day 4. It's 7:41 in the morning. It's 60 degrees according to Zippo gauge here. There's the creek over here. There is a road right over there. It's like a back roads kind of deal. Railroad. But there was a few cars going up and down there last night. Not too bad. I had earpods in. Of course, there was people around here with fireworks. Somebody set one off right when we first got to camp. It sounded like a cannon went off right next to us. I don't know where these people are at. Apparently I slept with my top coat inside out. I just saw John walking over into the woods, so he's up. And, you can hear Tom's sleeping pad moving around, so I think he's up over here. Fortunately, it didn't rain. Looks like a beautiful morning. We got an 8-mile hike out. I'm not sure if I filmed it last night or not, but this is not the best of campsites. You can get to the water down here, but this is John and Tom's food hung up over here. This was John's set up here. Me and him shared the same, but now I noticed that it's shared the same tree, but it doesn't even have a top on it. And over here, I had to move the fire ring. There was a fire ring I had to move out of my way. And Tom's over here. We came down this trail here. So for future reference, if you're coming counterclockwise, there is another campsite, possibly 2 over there, where John just came from.
First
We
break
got a
already.
red
John?
whistle.
Huh?
Yeah, I took 2 steps and we're already on a break.
You did 3 steps already.
We're already on a break.
All right, leaving camp 10 o'clock in the morning. We should have maybe 8 miles, maybe tops if we're believing all trails. Should not be any major climbs today.
What's in there?
Oh my God, what is that? That is a lot of poop or whatever it is. Yeah, I gotta find out what that is. It's everywhere.
It's crazy.
It's gotta be porcupine, because I've never seen them.
Do porcupines live under cliffs?
I don't know. I think they do. Only a pen.
Yeah, stick your hand in there where it could be.
It's a trick.
Yeah, Snake put that there as a trick. I'm gonna get that next person that tries to take my pen. I'm gonna bite him.
It's your trial.
Those like, grab that. You got the camera out. Grab it, hurry.
So I was just gonna say we're about 1.2 miles from where we camped at last night, and you could probably work a campsite out of this. No fire rings. But those rocks that we passed were wolf rocks, and there is a campsite over here, right where I thought there should be a campsite. There's a fire ring over there. So this is the campsite that's listed on the Purple Lizard map. This is 1.4 miles from where we camped last night. This has been great. Ton of hammock trees. Fire pit here. Already got wood. It would have gave us a 19.9 mile day to camp here.
Yeah.
But we didn't know this was here. Alright, back into some of this tall grass. And we're crossing some kind of creek up here. Yeah, this is the one that runs right past that campsite. What is this, rubber? Huh, I never saw a rubber bridge on trail. Alright, we are at 5.1 miles for the day. There was just a hiker login book back there. We stopped there, and we are just now entering the state park. I'm not sure how long the road walk is.
We've had how many fireworks?
we just merged with the Moshannon Trail. So this is the Moshannon and Allegheny Front Trail, and there was some very confusing signage back there. So just something to be aware of. We walked about 50 yards. Decided that, to turn around and check out this trail instead, and this was the correct one. So I'm showing 6.3 on all trails right now. That signpost back there said 2.7 to Beaver Road where we're parked. So one of them's a mile off. This swamp, and the beavers have been hard at work here. We've just had about our third questionable intersection where we weren't sure where to go. There was no blazes back at this last one in either direction. And it's been relatively decently blazed until we got into the state park area. And there's been about 3 times where we've guessed. And I can hear cars now, so we are definitely getting close to the parking lot. This is pretty neat. Pretty cool. Oh, and I've been given the trail name, a new trail name, is Toe Sock. Because I had halfway through yesterday, I was having so much of an issue with my right foot, the liner sock, that I just took it off one foot and left the other one on the other foot. And so I was walking around with just one of 2 Injinji toe socks yesterday, half of yesterday. Okay, this is really cool. Brand new section of boardwalk. Okay, don't want to drop a GoPro or anything else in this swamp. Yeah, they did a really good job on this.
Oh, okay, get it again. There we go.
Okay, here's our road crossing, and let's see, I can't remember where the parking lot is. So some of the trail sections are wet, waterproof footwear is needed. We had no issues with any kind of wet trails at all the whole trip. Of course, it hasn't rained in a while. This is Beaver Road. We are parked right down there. The cemetery is right down there. So we're going to go up here behind the cemetery, take the connector trail back to the parking lot. But yeah, even if it had been raining, I don't see many sections of this entire loop that would be that much of an issue with being washed out or muddy. Just maybe a handful of the entire 40 some miles. So yeah, waterproof footwear is not a necessity. Alright, for today I'm showing 9.3 miles from the campsite right on 6 Mile Run where we stayed last night. Roughly moving time, about 3 hours, 38 minutes it looks like. John was tracking the whole loop and had us at, on all trails, and had us at 43.5 miles for the whole loop. So, yeah, as far as the trail itself, today, all the way from 6 Mile Run, today was very easy in comparison to the rest of the trail. It was pretty much flat all day today. Not a whole lot of rocks. routes, not too bad today. But the rest of the trail is, you know, central Pennsylvania, rocks everywhere. Really good climbs, really difficult climbs. The trail, not muddy at all. Of course, it hasn't rained, and I can't see any places where it would be muddy, even if it did rain. There were bridges. We had no real water crossings. There were a few campsites that if you wanted to get to, you'd have to rock hop. But 6 Mile Run was about the best place for campsites if you're running out of possibilities. But campsites are very few and far between on the whole trail. And water sources, especially in the summer, I would take advantage of any water sources that you come across as much as possible, because they can be pretty far apart. And I guess that's it for now. So that's wrapping up the Allegheny Front Trail, 4 days, 3 nights, 43.5 miles. That's my second longest trip by distance and days. And yesterday we crushed that 18.5 miles yesterday, and that's both me and John's longest days on trail. So my feet hurt now, but I got another hike. As long as my feet will hold up to it, I'm doing a 24-miler in about 3 or 4 days from now. So we'll see what happens. See what my feet tell me about that one.